Today on the TMZ Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the TMZ Podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and joining me today is Deven Rall. How are you, Deven?
I barely made it.
What do you mean?
The rain this morning was insane.
I know, I feel like you rarely see rain in LA, but when you do, like, it's kind of cool.
It's cool when you don't have to drive on the freeway.
Oh, did you drive on the freeway?
Yeah, it was rough. But I made it. The positive thing is I made it.
Are you racing for the podcast?
Yes, exactly. I wouldn't miss this.
Okay. All right, well, you're one of our best news breakers
Oh, I appreciate that.
at the I said one of.
Oh, okay. Not the best?
We've only got a handful.
Yeah, we've only got like 4 or 5.
And you're in the top 5.
Okay, cool. Perfect.
So we're going to talk about some of these big stories. Nicki Minaj continues to come for Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know why she just hates her so much, because Meg hasn't even said much besides the first lyric in her song. And now Nicki just keeps going and going and going.
Nicki seems to hate everybody.
Yeah, she's got some issues, I think. Target is coming under fire for several glaring errors in a book about Black History Month.
Not a good look. Not a good look.
Especially like today's the start of Black History Month, and here they are, like the spotlight's on them. Like I don't know why they keep messing up so bad.
It's tough. It's a tough look. We'll get into it though.
We have a new segment, Deven. You haven't been here for our new segment.
No way.
Yes. At the end of every episode, we've got a segment called Almost News it's a story that didn't quite make the cut, but I want to talk about it anyway.
I love that.
Okay.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah.
Did you make this segment?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Shocking. Shocking.
But to begin with, what the bleep is Justin Timberlake doing?
Justin, man.
What is he doing? He continues to piss people off like unprovoked. He was at a show last night. Oh, also, happy birthday, Justin.
How old is he? He's got to be in his 40s, right?
He's whatever age he is, he's past his prime.
Yes, I can agree.
So he had his show last night. Jessica Biel was there with a birthday cake for him. But have a listen to what he had to say. He tried to apologize to Britney and Janet, I guess, but then let's see what happened.
I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely fucking nobody.
So,
I mean, this comes on the heels, obviously, of Britney's post.
Britney
apologizing to him.
Right, so Britney apologized to him.
And which is weird timing for Justin. And, obviously, because that's in the news, everyone's going to say, oh, this is a response to Britney or Janet. I'm going to play Justin Timberlake's PR person for you.
Okay, spin it for me.
If I was Justin's PR person, so you know that line, I'd like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
It reminds me of Conor McGregor in the ring.
It's a famous line by Conor McGregor. I've seen some photos circulating of him and Conor McGregor.
Mhm.
There's some news buzzing right now with Conor McGregor doing Roadhouse. There's rumors that he's coming back to the UFC. I'm going to say, hey, Justin's a huge Conor fan. This has nothing to do with those two ladies.
But then after he apologized to absolutely fucking no one, he played Cry Me a River, which is about Britney Spears.
That's one of his biggest songs. That's one of his biggest songs. That's what the people wanted to hear. It's just a weird coincidence.
Also, we're about to celebrate. It's about to be 20-year anniversary of him and Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl, where he ripped off
That's actually today.
That's today.
Apparently, that's actually today. It was February 2nd or February 1st. I think, dude, I'm losing time. I missed yesterday, so I don't even know what day it is.
Right.
But today is the anniversary of that. So it's like, obviously, that's going to be trending. The Super Bowl's coming up. Britney's apologizing. Justin, just perform your songs, man.
Yeah. So it's either your positive interpretation, he's just trying to shout out Conor McGregor, or he's pissed off Janet fans and Britney fans in the same breath. And to be honest, I think he needed to apologize to Britney more than Britney needed to apologize to him. But she apologized to him anyway. I don't know, just because I guess she's a nice person. Britney's never looked so good than right now, because Justin Timberlake is looking like the bad guy here.
He really is. And I feel like he has for a while. And like I said from the top, you saw my PR spin.
Yeah.
If he's looking for new PR,
Well,
you know where to find me.
he should be looking for new PR because he needs to fire whoever.
Because I mean, even on top of like all this side drama, I mean, he gets a lot of hate as well. I personally I'm a Justin fan.
Oh,
I don't know if
lame,
that says a
Deven.
lot about me,
It
but
does. I didn't know that.
But I like Justin.
Oh.
I think he's cool.
No. Oh, you think he's cool?
I think he's a cool guy.
Oh,
He's a white guy that can dance. But what I'm trying to say is he needs like the music as well as getting hated on.
Yeah.
It has. I mean, he's been declining, and that's not getting good reviews. The last thing he needs is people like Britney fans to give them ammo, right?
Yeah, I think maybe he might be doing this just to get more attention on him. We live in an attention economy, and he's just got an album coming out. More stories about Justin, more better, probably.
I mean, it's working. I've been here for 8 years. You've been here for a little longer. In the past, month? This is the most we've talked about Justin Timberlake.
Because he's doing this sort of weird stuff, but it doesn't make me want to go and listen to his music.
Oh, that new single's a jam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I like it, man. It's
Oh,
good.
You're a Justin Timberlake fan?
Yeah, closeted.
Do you have any merch in your?
I don't have merch. I don't go that far.
Are you going to his tour?
Does it come to LA?
Probably.
You want to go?
No.
Damn, dude.
No.
Damn. Shout out
God.
Justin. But anyways, yeah, that's bad luck.
He's gonna need NSYNC more than NSYNC will need him soon. Like
That'll never be the case.
he is going so sharply downhill in people's perception of him, and the only way to get it back will be going back to the nostalgic bye 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 bye. You know what I mean? Like that's the way he's gonna get his image back. So he's gonna need Lance Bass more than Lance Bass needs him.
I couldn't have disagreed with someone more.
Wow, this is a very contentious start to the episode.
Yeah, it is. It's good to be back.
All right, Nicki Minaj. What is she doing? Like this is a what are they doing?
She's going off.
She's going continues to go off and then off and then off about Meg Thee Stallion. I don't know where their drama and issues began, but she obviously didn't like Meg, referring to her and her husband in her song, but it was just a one-liner. And since that one-liner that Meg said about Nicki and her husband, Nicki has put out an entire diss track, and she continues to go off on Twitter and other places, hating on Meg Thee Stallion. Let's listen to what Nicki had to say about Meg.
Now you go on Gayle King. She wanted to be honest, this is so obvious. She wanted a Rihanna moment so bad.
What do you mean?
Let me finish.
Oh, man,
Well,
what do
you know
mean?
what? You go and Google. You go and Google.
Okay, so I don't think Rihanna will like.
Did you go and Google?
Well, I don't need to. I work for TMZ. I know what she's referring to.
Okay.
Do you need to go on Google?
I Googled.
You didn't realize what she was talking about with a Rihanna moment?
I didn't. I understood that. I didn't understand it. Did Rihanna do a interview with Gayle King, or is she just referencing Megan Thee Stallion's interview with Gayle King? You get what I'm saying?
Is that what she's referencing? Maybe I needed to reference.
You needed to Google,
I
dude.
thought-
See, that's why I asked if you Googled.
I didn't
man.
read this paper this morning. Sorry, Wild. I thought it was about Chris Brown.
So both yes, of course, but both of them had interviews with Gayle King, and,
Okay.
and so I Googled. So I'll explain.
Okay,
it to
please
you.
explain. Maybe I need
So
to Google.
she's saying when Rihanna did her interview with Gayle King, she didn't make it about that, and she kind of didn't really want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, she did an interview talking about other things and was like, "Yeah, we were young, and I don't want to, get into that."
Right.
Where Meg Thee Stallion did the exact opposite. She did an interview with Gayle King and went in on the entire thing was about Tory Lanez and the incident and what happened. And so she was saying she was trying to go on Gayle King to have a Rihanna moment, basically.
Interesting. Thank you.
That's how I
explaining
interpreted it. Is that correct? All right, thanks, Wal.
So I don't think Rihanna will like judging up her past with Chris Brown. So she's going to be a bit annoyed by this.
It's weird. It's a weird comparison. It's also, do you really want to compare, people's domestic violence situations?
No, I wouldn't. But also, Meg Thee Stallion got shot in the foot by Tory Lanez. Provably. Tory's in prison now because of the incident. And now Nicki's saying that Meg Thee Stallion is using that as a Rihanna moment to get bigger and bigger, whereas no, he shot me, and I obviously
guess what? She has every right to go on Gayle King and tell her side of the story and how she felt about it.
right.
It's a very weird weird beef, and it's like I was saying from the top, like it just seems like Nicki. There's a common denominator in all these beefs, and it's always Nicki
She gets-
beefing with everyone. And her
Gets angry.
and I
easy.
know you go in on the Swifties, and the Swifties are annoying, but at least they're lighthearted. The Barbs, and I'm probably gonna get killed for this, are ruthless, bro.
Yeah.
Like these stories about them trying to find where because Meg's mom passed away in 2019, and they were gonna go like desecrate the grave. Like
Oh
that's
my-
disgusting behavior.
It really is. Oh
and,
my god.
And it's like the fact that I broke this story, by the way.
You did?
The fact that the security or the cemetery had to contact law enforcement and up security so people didn't do this to a gravesite. And again, I don't think that needs to fall on Nicki, but some of her fans need to look themselves in the mirror.
Well, I mean, I think it does fall on Nicki because
I guess you could. The argument that people are making is when you're seeing the cemetery be circulating through these sites, she could call them off. You could be like, "Hey, this is too far."
yes.
So by her silence, she's complicit, I guess.
Yes. It's
But-
almost like, Trump, January 6th. It's like,
Yeah.
you stoked the fire and then the people did what they did.
Yeah.
But it falls with you a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't know why she's so angry and why she keeps going and going. Just be a rapper. And she's great at raps. But why?
She is too, and that's the sad thing. I personally think, and I feel like the majority of people think that Nicki Minaj is the greatest female rapper.
So why?
As
all
far
of
as
the
just
beef?
rapping, and it's like, dude, this going on Twitter Spaces and still talking about it makes you look lame.
Twitter Spaces is lame.
Lame.
Okay, on to our next story.
Did you Google this one?
I mean, I don't need to. I got the shit right here. We got
perfect,
color
perfect.
photography
We're
today.
good? Damn, the budget on this podcast is going through the roof.
It
Color?
really is. We're killing it right now. Please like and subscribe and comment and whatever. So Target's being called out. A TikTok went viral, and the TikToker named Snafu, the ill-timed Snafu, was pointed out by TikToker Issa Tet, who posted a viral.
That was a snafu.
I don't know why I thought her name was Snafu.
That was a definite snafu.
What is going on today?
Do I make you nervous or what?
A little bit.
Oh, okay. I
A
like
little
that.
bit.
I
In a
like
good
that.
way.
Okay, perfect.
So Target has this book of magnets,
Yep.
and the book of magnets is on sale. It's for kids and stuff mainly, I would have thought. And so this lady bought it for her kids, brought it home, and then quickly noticed that so many of the historical figures are mislabeled. They have we got a shot for that or nah? So no. So the historical figures that she misnamed Booker T. Washington and Du Bois. And why are you looking at me like that, Wild? I'm from Australia, bro.
You literally got the two whitest guys in the
Yeah.
office to talk about Black History Month issues.
But
But we will do it.
we'll try to do it. So yeah, she mislabeled the Target, or the people who sold this to Target, the product, mislabeled all of these.
Which, how do you mess this up?
I don't know.
I don't get this. And I know Target, we reached out to them and they said they're no longer going to be selling the product in stores or online. I guess they hold some accountability because they're the ones selling it, but I blame like whoever made these
Right.
magnets. How do you mess this up? Because clearly whoever's making this, you would think would be well versed in, Black history.
You'd hope.
And it's like, did no one check
No,
that the names were messed up?
it's like if they had me in charge of this project. Like,
Exactly. Like you're just mixing and matching
Right.
at that
I
point.
mean, like,
it's
why
like, oh, it looks like Booker T. Washington.
yeah, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's crazy.
But also, Target should have someone who reviews all of this stuff. Like,
I mean, they have so many products though in those stores.
but surely there's someone in charge of making sure something like this embarrassing doesn't happen, because it's bad. It's such a bad look if something slips through the cracks like this.
It's true. And I feel like in today's day and age, it's like if this were to happen like 10 years ago, one person would be outraged and tell the manager and they'd take them off the shelves. But now, as you said, a huge snafu was reported by this TikToker and it's all over TikTok. And now people are outraged everywhere. But I don't think people are going to
Cancel Target.
cancel Target.
Boycott Target.
No one's boycotting Target.
It's just too good.
I-
It's just
I
too
feel like
good.
once you get older, you're like, damn, Target's got everything.
yeah,
And for
facts.
cheap.
Facts. All right.
But yeah, I won't be buying this magnet set.
Why not?
It's all messed up.
What happens when they fix it?
Then I'll be first in line.
Great. Pleased to hear it. Okay, on to our final story of the day. Almost news. TJ Holmes and Amy Robach seem to be having relationship issues. So
You don't say.
you'll remember they were GMA hosts who, I mean, they say they didn't sort of betray their partners. They were already done with their partners.
Yeah,
but
they said they were both split, right?
But a lot of people think that maybe that's a bit murky. But anyway, they left their families and their kids, and then they ended up together, and they were cancelled on GMA, and so then they started this podcast. This podcast is they get very honest on the podcast, which I guess is good for listeners and stuff. But
Yeah.
maybe a little too honest. They've been arguing recently, like literally like hashing out arguments, and it feels tense.
So it's almost like you feel like their podcast is turning into like a therapy session almost.
Yeah, but it doesn't make me think that they're going to last the distance. And then recently, they both talked about how they have a fear of being trapped inside something literal or metaphoric.
That's not good.
That's not good. Let's listen to some of the episode now.
Oh. So if you're claustrophobic, you see a small space, you see that elevator, and you go, oh God, and you get anxiety. That's claustrophobia.
Okay.
The other is when I see the small space, I got no problem getting in that space. But if that buzzer goes off and I'm trapped in here, now it's a totally different situation.
You just pulled that phobia out of thin air, and it's fully describes me, and yet I've never heard it before.
So,
Kind of sexual.
Oh,
Did you take it that way?
no, I didn't.
Oh, okay, never mind. Continue. Very well.
Being trapped in a small space gets you going?
No, he said I had no problem being trapped. Anyways, continue.
Wow.
No, but I just feel like they're grasping at straws here, right?
It feels
I
like
need to know the context of this, but like I know we're jumping to the conclusion that they're talking about being trapped with a person and they're like scared of that.
It's just the context is last episode, they literally had a real argument on the podcast.
Okay.
About their relationship, basically.
Okay.
And it didn't seem like one of these, we're just trying to drum up press for our podcast type things.
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm losing so much steam in caring about these two. Is this why you're saying almost news?
Yeah, I mean, it's like we discuss what stories we're going to do every morning, and then there's one that you're like, oh, I don't think this one's good enough. Or,
Well, there was probably a good reason for
yeah,
that.
yeah. and so we give it the title "Almost News" and slip it in.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't want to hear any two people talk about phobias. I'm good, dude.
Right. I mean, they do live they're in an interesting situation though, because they've lost everything except each other, basically, and now it feels like they're losing each other, and so it's just an interesting sort of circling the drain type moment before it flushes or whatever.
I think the almost news segment needs to become almost news. It needs to be cut.
Needs to be cut?
Yeah.
Have you got any pictures for a new segment?
I'll you're putting me on the spot here. Let me think about it. You're gonna have to bring me back.
Like Google it. Maybe we can call it Google it. Things we've Googled today. I like that.
Amy and TJ, yeah, they're gonna be broken up within year.
And have no jobs, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the way it goes, huh?
Yeah, almost news.
Almost News. Thank you for joining Almost News. Tune back in tomorrow for more
I
Almost
love the
News.
name Almost News.
I mean, I came up with it in about 5 seconds. And maybe I should have thought about it a bit longer. Okay.
This is why you're supposed to have producers.
I know, I don't know. Shout out to Wild. Wild's here. Loving it. What an episode, Wild.
It was electric. It's
Electric
great. It was
episode.
great being back.
Okay. Thank you very much, Deven.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys here tomorrow. Goodbye.